This video found you for a reason, and I'll tell you why. Because right now, whether you realize it or not, the way you show up in relationships is shaping how men see you. And there's one thing, one mistake that many older women fall into. But the women who refuse to do it, they drive men absolutely wild. Stay with me, because once you hear this, you'll see why men are drawn like a magnet to women who live this way. Let's be real. Dating as an older woman comes with its challenges. You've probably noticed that men often chase younger women. Society constantly feeds us this idea that youth equals beauty, that after a certain age women lose their chance at love, and that your options shrink the older you get. Maybe you've felt that pressure. You see men scrolling on their phones, liking younger women's pictures. You see relationships fall apart because the man wants something new. You hear friends complain that men just don't value women their age, and deep down it stings because you start to wonder, am I invisible now? Am I past my best years? Will men even take me seriously anymore? Here's the truth. Many women try to fight against this fear by doing the very thing that pushes men away. What is it? It's chasing approval. Older women, out of fear of being replaced or overlooked, start bending over backwards. They start trying to prove their worth, trying too hard to please, and giving away all their power. And men can sense it instantly. Think about this for a second. Have you ever been in a situation where you liked a man, and without even realizing it, you started doing more and more for him? You texted first. You adjusted your schedule to match his. You overlooked things that bothered you because you didn't want to seem difficult. And what happened? The more you gave, the less he valued it. The more you proved yourself, the less interested he became. It feels unfair, right? You're showing love, loyalty, effort, yet instead of making him stay, it pushes him further away. This is exactly where many older women get trapped. They believe they need to compete with younger women by doing extra, by lowering their standards, by giving up parts of themselves. But here's the secret that flips the script completely. Men love older women who refuse to play that game. Men are addicted to the energy of a woman who doesn't chase, doesn't beg, and doesn't give up her sense of self just to keep him happy. Why? Because that kind of woman is rare. Now let's break this down step by step. Number 1, refusing to beg for attention. A woman who refuses to do this sends a powerful signal. When you don't beg for texts, calls, or time, you're telling a man, I value myself. I have a full life. I don't need you to complete me, but I will welcome you if you add value. That energy is magnetic. Men love women who set the tone by not waiting around for scraps of attention. Instead, you build your life, you pursue your passions, and you let him earn his place in it. Number 2, refusing to lower your standards. Too many women think, if I relax my standards, maybe he'll stay. But here's the twist. Lowering your standards only makes a man lose respect. Men are drawn to women who refuse to accept bad treatment, broken promises, or half effort. When you hold your standards firm, not with anger, but with calm confidence, he feels challenged to rise up, and men respect what they have to work for. Number 3, refusing to compete with younger women. This is a big one. Some women fall into the trap of thinking, I need to dress like them, act like them, keep up with them. But the women men crave don't do that. They lean into their wisdom, their experience, their depth. They know their value isn't in trying to out-youth a younger woman. It's in owning the confidence that only time and life experience can give. You don't compete, you stand apart, and that makes you irresistible. Number 4, refusing to hide your true self. Older women often think they need to tone down, stay quiet, or avoid expressing what they want. But the women men admire most refuse to shrink. They laugh loud, they say what they believe, they share their opinions without fear. That raw authenticity is refreshing in a world where so many people are busy faking it. Men crave that energy. Number 5, refusing to lose emotional control. This doesn't mean you never feel emotions. It means you don't let fear run the show. Instead of panicking if he doesn't call one night, instead of assuming the worst, you stay calm, you stay centered, and men love that sense of emotional balance. It makes them feel safe, respected, and deeply attracted to you. Let me explain why refusing to do these things makes such a difference. Men, deep down, want a challenge. They don't want a woman who is desperate to be chosen. They want a woman who already chooses herself. When you show up this way, he respects you more, he puts in more effort, he feels lucky to have you instead of you feeling lucky to have him. This is why men love older women who refuse to give up their power. Let's turn this into action. Step 1. Stop overgiving. If you catch yourself doing too much, pause, ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to, or because I'm afraid to lose him? Step 2. Speak your needs clearly. Instead of hoping he'll guess what you want, be direct. Say it calmly. That shows confidence. Step 3. Build your own life. Fill your days with things that bring you joy. Friendships, hobbies, fitness, learning. When you're fulfilled, men sense it. Step 4. Practice saying no. The more you get comfortable saying no to what doesn't serve you, the more powerful you feel. And men respect that. Step 5. Remember your value. Every time you doubt yourself, remind yourself. You bring wisdom, stability, depth, and experience that younger women cannot. Now let's flip it around. Think about what happens if you don't do this. If you keep chasing approval, lowering your standards, and trying too hard, men will continue to take advantage. They'll enjoy the benefits without giving commitment, respect, or real love. You'll keep feeling drained, undervalued, and questioning yourself. But the moment you refuse to play that role, everything shifts. So hear me clearly. Men love older women who refuse to do this, who refuse to beg, refuse to chase, refuse to shrink themselves just to be chosen. Because when you refuse to do it, you're saying, I am enough as I am. I am not here to beg for love. I am here to share love with someone worthy of it. That kind of confidence, that kind of power, is exactly what men crave. And this leads us straight into the next truth you need to hear. What happens when you stop chasing and let him chase you? Because for many women, the idea of not chasing feels almost impossible. You care. You want to show effort. You want to make sure he knows you are interested. But the moment you start chasing, everything begins to shift in the wrong direction. Men are wired to value what they pursue. When a woman is the one doing all the chasing, the balance of the relationship flips. He does not need to put in effort because he knows you will. He does not need to invest because you are already giving him your energy for free. And without realizing it, you end up carrying the whole relationship on your shoulders. That is when exhaustion sets in. That is when resentment grows. And that is when attraction begins to fade. Now imagine what happens when you stop chasing. Suddenly the dynamic changes. He no longer feels like you are running after him. Instead, he starts to feel the space that you create. And in that space, he has two choices. He either steps forward and pursues you with real effort, or he fades away. Both outcomes serve you, because either way you get clarity. When a man truly cares, he will not disappear once you stop chasing. He will lean in harder. He will make the call. He will plan the date. He will show you that he wants to be there. And this is powerful because it proves his intentions without you needing to force anything. On the other hand, if he was never serious to begin with, he will fade out once you stop giving him all your attention. And while that may hurt in the short term, it saves you from wasting months or years on someone who never intended to invest in you. Think about this in your own life. Have you ever been in a situation where you pulled back just a little, and suddenly he started reaching out more? Suddenly he wanted to see you. Suddenly he was the one checking in. That is not a coincidence. That is the natural balance of attraction. Men respect what they work for. Men value what they earn. And when you stop chasing, you give him the opportunity to prove himself. This is not about playing games. It is not about being cold or pretending you do not care. It is about shifting your energy back to where it belongs. Instead of pouring all of it into him, you pour it into yourself. You focus on your own growth, your own happiness, your own life. You let him see that your world is full and complete with or without him. That is when his respect for you grows, because he realizes he is not the center of your universe, and if he wants to be a part of it, he has to show up in a real way. The beautiful thing about this shift is how it changes the way you feel too. When you stop chasing, you stop living in anxiety. You stop wondering why he has not texted back. You stop questioning your worth based on his response. Instead, you begin to live in a space of calm confidence. You know that the right man will come closer and the wrong one will fall away. And that peace is far more attractive than any effort you could make to force his attention. Picture this. A man is standing in front of two women. One is chasing him, constantly reaching, constantly proving, constantly adjusting her life to fit into his. The other is standing firm, living her life, open to love but not desperate for it. Which one do you think he feels more drawn to? Always the second, because she holds her value in her own hands. She is not asking for permission to be chosen. She is inviting him to rise up if he wants a place in her world. Men cannot resist that energy. It triggers something deep inside them. They begin to think about you more. They begin to wonder what you are doing. They begin to want to earn your time. And the more they invest, the more their feelings grow. That is how true attraction and respect are built. The danger of chasing is that it robs you of this process. It short-circuits the natural flow of connection. When you chase, he does not have to question whether you are interested. He does not have to wonder about you. He does not have to put in effort. And without effort, there is no real bond. The moment you step back, you give him the chance to prove if his interest is genuine or not. So what happens when you stop chasing? You reclaim your power. You allow the man to reveal his true intentions. You create space for respect, desire, and real commitment to grow. And you protect yourself from men who are only ever wasting your time. And maybe this is the reminder you needed right now, because chances are you already know if you have been chasing too much. You already know if you have been giving more than you are receiving. And deep down, you already know it is time to shift the energy. So let him chase. Let him prove himself. Let him show you if he is worthy of your time. Because the right man will not run away when you stop chasing. He will step forward and claim you with both hands. And if he does not, that is your answer too.